Hello. Oh God, that was bad. All right. Anyway, hello. Welcome to the Rutgers League Twitch channel once again, and I unfortunately do not have anyone to cast this game with, but I am ThatOneDan. You probably forgot that Fireside was a thing, but we is so back. We're here. We're casting, or just me. I'm gonna be casting the best of five. It's a best of five. So if you're here to watch this match, you're in for a long one. Maybe you could watch 3 games, maybe 4, maybe 5. You never know. But it is Rutgers Space Department on the blue side going up against Rutgers Scarlet on the red, and we are about to go underway. They did do their drafts beforehand before I managed to get the stream up and running in time. And this is the final loadout. Keep in mind, this is Fearless Draft, so every champion that you see here, you will not be seeing anymore. After this first game, they're gonna be gone. They're gone. So perish it while you can, and soon enough we will get into this game. We should talk about some of these picks that have been selected. This is patch 14.2. So from the semifinals, there has been a lot of downtime. I guess that's probably the best way to put it. Um, New items, no more mythics, so OG players could rejoice, including myself. So yeah, new items, new terrain, new objectives to take care of, at least for the junglers, maybe for the team in general. And yeah, void grubs, very highly prioritized. If you've played your fair share of games, you would probably know by now that the grubs are pretty freaking strong, and there could be some very very lively early games that could be happening, which is why most top laners are opting to go for those skirmisher top laners, something like maybe like Udyr. That's what's been popping up in the pro play. And we'll see how that turns out as Rutgers Space Department having a solid team composition. They do have Fiora up in the top lane, maybe as a split push potential. Actually, it is a split push potential. Whereas the rest of the team are going to try to clobber together some sort of AoE team fight composition. They have the Orianna Shockwave, they have the Seraphine, they have the Karma, Belveth as their main front line. I would assume he would go tank, something like the Iceborne Gauntlet, or is it still Frostfire Gauntlet, into just a little more bruiser type tank type builds. I am just rambling around because I'm the only one person talking. Whereas on the side of the Are You Scarlet, they're more on the squishier side. They do have the Zinzao, who is very strong with the new Sundered Sky item. And it's gonna be interesting to see how they shake this up because, like, preseason, it's not even preseason. I keep saying preseason. But either way, it's gonna be a very interesting matchup where practically Nispero is the only frontliner for Scarlet, so this could be a good thing, but could also be a bad thing, where they do have the pick potential, but in the end, they still lack the frontline necessary. They do have Lucian Nami. Lucian has been very strong in this current meta. Lucian Nami is back again. Lucian also running the first strike rune to try to get that burst down. But that is how it is. They are rock the base department gonna rock Seraphine Karma, so they're going to probably be pushed in a little bit in this early game. But then again, that's fine with them because they got grubs. So there's a chance most people will be prioing the top side, but we'll see how this game turns out because it's gonna be a weird one. Also, new terrain. Like, this is new, that's new, this is new, this entire area is new. Blah 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 blah. You know this. I'm just covering it. There we go. That preseason, or not preseason, new season. Lucian's on a ward. He's gonna get caught, and he has to run the hell away. I forget what his name is. I think it was Cloaca. Yeah, it was Cloaca. I remember now. Okay, we're good.
Minions have spawned.
Probably change this. It looks like Ori is in the mid lane. As expected, into the Azir. Gonna be a skilled matchup, I would assume, in the mid lane. Who can poke better, who can zone better. Azir soldiers and Ori's ball. They both essentially do the same thing, so see how that turns out. Lucian did have to back away for a little bit, but he has enough. Doesn't help that, I mean, 0-7, I guess, still is that Seraphine main that a lot of people do talk about, but Seraphine also has shown up in the highest level of play a few times, if I remember correctly. I know in LCK, I think they done it like at least once. I may have done it last night, I don't remember. But they are doing their best to try to stay in this lane as much as possible. They don't like to be pushed in, but they do have the poke necessary in order to try to punish them. Cloaca does hit the level 2, but doesn't manage to avoid the root coming from 0-7, so it's an even trade. See how the junglers turn out. Kenny is already down the bot side. Opts for a bot side full clear, but then goes for the gank here. Figures might have to flash, but he's going to save it because he doesn't have time to use it. So it's going to be a quick and easy first blood. And it does seem like Scarlet weren't aware that Kenny could be there so fast. Like, if you compare the clear speeds right now, Kenny cleared his bottom side really fast. And this bro just now got to his next camp, and Kenny is not too far behind. And considering that he has first blood, he's already at an advantage. So, very well played by Kenny. Capitalizing on what seems like a really small timing. We'll see how it goes. Heike Savage, another thing to note, he actually went fleet. Especially since there was a patch where Azir soldiers can proc on-hit items, on-hit effects. Fleet footwork is one of them, so he's trying to use it to get himself that sustain in the lane, where Ori could just poke the hell out of him, and doing exactly that. Heike Savage still has a pot left to burn, and he will use it when necessary, but right now he's just going to go for a back. The wave is reset. They will... Both middle laners actually are probably going to back away and TP on their own. Yeah, this lane is turning out. Both junglers are doing their own thing. This bro kind of in enemy territory behind enemy lines, so he's going to take the Raptors to himself. He will just barely avoid the eyes of Kenny, but he does see a timing. He saw the ward. He knows Kenny is nowhere to be seen, but Candela, well aware, will walk himself towards the top side. Get that extra little spacing thanks to the mid lane changes where the lane is way wider. Like most people would think that that's a bad thing for junglers in particular. I mean, it does slightly nerf the junglers, giving them more ground to cover, but if you look at it on the flip side, the mid laners, if they get jumped, if Candela's here, and if let's say Nisperl ganks right now, he has this much space to walk towards, which is bad for the jungler. But let's say if he was under this tower and Nisperl goes for a play here, if he doesn't react in time, he's just dead. So it's more an expression of skill and game sense. The end as Penny, as soon as the grubs spawn, will capitalize, will go for those grubs. Already has the first one. Doesn't seem like they're being contested. at all. Cynical was even there for extra support, which is what most people have been doing. Just like that, it's quick and easy. Quick and easy grubs over to the base department. But there we go. There's the response, though. There's the dragon play that Scarlet are going to respond with. On-prem just barely hit 6, has the slicing maelstrom. Pun seemed like he had that timing, but on-prem was well aware. Realized that he was very close to level 6. He does so, and it probably saved his life. Now that both objectives are gone, it's just a matter of when one of these players are going to screw up, overextend a little bit, maybe disrespect some damage a little bit. We'll see how this turns out. Overall, it has been a very slow game, apart from the Kenny gank down the bot lane. And now we wait for a good while until Rift Herald spawns. Kind of glad that the overlay... Wait, I'm kind of... Wait, that's actually huge. The overlay still the same from the last season. Considering that there were grubs, you did have to update the scoreboard a little bit, which I was a little bit worried about, but it does seem like it's working out in the end. On-prem opts for the early Oblivion Orb, try to get the anti-heal off. The scanner does reveal Boca and the Nami, but they aren't able to capitalize. But look at this in the top lane. Pun is already very low. Has the grand challenge to try to heal himself a little bit, but Nispro is already here and he's already stunned. There is no chance for him to survive. Calling has been used in the bot lane to try to back massage the rest of the bot laners down, but Kenny, he's a looming threat right now. Has the level 6. Piggers overextends a little bit. He gets attacked by the slow. Has the flash available if he needs to. Heal is there for some extra movement speed. Kenny saving the knockup, but is well timed with the flash by Piggers. And he will just barely, he gets out. But Kenny is still waiting around. He's going to go towards the bush, warded away, but now they are just pinned. Quokka needs to pull off something here. Good dodge from Kenny, and a better dodge from Quokka. He's going to be able to get a trade kill to avenge Piggers' death. He's going to get another one as well. I didn't even realize that 0-7 was that low. Unless the turret did bonkers damage. Heike Savage might get caught a little bit here. Cynical opts for the Mantra route, but he should be fine. This bro is there to back him up, but oh my god, he goes for the shuffle into the shove, but he doesn't quite land it because Candela has the flash. And as I say that, Nispro peppers down Cynical for a bit. Did have the flash to chase, but that would inherently be a net loss for Nispro. So, some good discipline being displayed, I guess. As Heike Savage and Piggers want to force this wave to be shoved, but Candela sees a kill. And he will take that gladly. That's some extra pocket change coming in for Candela there. Some extra money will be used to what seems like will be a Hextech or Luden's companion. Yep, there it is. And that's going to be picked up alongside Quokka. Thanks to that double kill, we'll have the Storm Razor. And the second set of grubs have been spawned. This bro, he's all alone. He doesn't have anyone to back him up just yet. Here comes the cannon. Has the slicing maelstrom. Will be used. Flash forward. Heike Savage will be there to clean up. Nispro on a sliver of HP. Pun trying to do what he can. Will get the stab off to get the kill, but the rest of his team is already running for the hills. Quokka even there to back everyone up despite his HP bar. And it should be a Grubs take coming in, but it does seem like they're not going to opt for it. They don't have the resources just yet. Kenny seems like he assumes that the Grubs have been taken away already, but considering that there's a dragon being spawned in about 30 seconds, it's gonna cause some problems if RU Scarlet did go for the grubs. And both teams realize that, and they are already preparing, scheming, trying to do what they can, but Candela gets shoved into the hands of Piggers and Nispril, stuck in a 1 versus 3. The bubble doing so much work there, but Candela should be going down. There it is. A great kill, honestly, and that's going to cause some problems for the base department as they try to go for this dragon. They don't have their mid laner to zone to do any extra damage. Pun trying to do what he can, but he's on a sliver of HP. The W is there, but the dragon should be going down before Pun does, unless Onprim threatening a kill, but the dragon will get killed in the end. And RU Scarlet up to their second dragon as the Cloud Drake Rift will appear before us. The mid game is rolling around, and so far it's been very active. Heike Savage just barely avoids 0-7. Is it Henry playing instead of Polka? I'm not entirely too sure. I didn't get a chance to look at the lobby. I have no idea for sure, but I can call him. I can call him. Oh, actually, no. It should be Henry because I remember Quokka was there as a substitute. The semifinal game. As speaking of which, the Lucian, which I assume would be Henry, it's another kill. He's 3-0. Stormies are online, helping him with the gap close. But yeah, it very well could be Henry. Pick OPGGs of everyone. I might have been messing up. Yeah, I mean, I assume the Chinese characters is Henry. Well, I'm probably just gonna call him Henry because I cannot read Chinese, unfortunately, because I am not Chinese. Even though back in high school everyone said I looked Chinese. I don't think that's the case anymore, but yeah. Either way, Candela did find a kill, but Heike Savage, he's gonna go in. The bubble from Piggers is so damn good. Oh my god. God damn. He's popping off. 0-2 and 4. 2 mid lane roams. Gets 2 clutch bubbles. Onto Candela, most importantly. And he was the deciding factor in scoring the kill right before that dragon. So really well played. Roaming around, trying to find what he can to give his team that slight micro advantage. They will do just that. As the Herald does spawn, Nispril is there to take it away as soon as he can before Kenny can even react. They will do so. They did send the entire team up towards the top side of the map. We'll see if Nispril does go for the charge. I hope I don't see any Herald charges going backwards, because I've seen way too many of those in my own games. But considering it is Fearless draft, base department only have to survive this Lucian 1 game out of the possible 5. So everyone's champion pools will be exposed, so any one tricks in this tournament are essentially screwed. We'll see how that pulls out here, because Kenny does spot out Heike Savage, but Heike Savage spots him first, but doesn't have enough resources, but he does knock Kenny back into the hands of Nispril, but Kenny does in the end flash away to safety. That is an important summoner, considering that Kenny might be the only frontline for the base department, considering that Pun does want to split push, doesn't really want to teamfight all that much, but Onprim being the threat of 3-0 right now, Heike Savage instead might be the threat. We'll see though. Great stun coming in from Pun Pun. Maybe that'll be a kill. Yes, it is. Great riposte coming in from Pun Pun. And that does somewhat even out the lane. Considering that the gold, yep, the gold has been closed in the top lane a little bit. With that 600 gold shutdown coming in from Pun Pun. Might even get some turrets here. Yep, there we go. First turret of the game going over to Pun Pun. Capitalizing off a mistake from OnPrim. Just objectives coming in left and right as the dragon, the first Cloud Drake of the game, is up for grabs in about 3 seconds. And Kenny will be there right on spawn with the rest of his team backing him up, but Kenny is leading the charge. Trying to get some extra scouting in, will catch the wave. 0-7 is going to get caught. Forced to use the flash. The bubble does connect, but not on the right target. The choke point from RU Scarlet. This could help them out. This could spell their doom as they go in. The encore is there. But it doesn't net anything. OnPrim, he's waiting. He's timing his slicing maelstrom, but they're not going to give him any room. They're just going to back away. Try to get this mid tower as soon as possible. But OnPrim is there. Shockwave is available as well. OnPrim might go down here, but the stuns do connect. No riposte, but a flash forward to try to get some healing off. But OnPrim is there, and he does manage to get the damage through. It's somewhat of a desperate play coming in from base department, knowing that they couldn't get access into the dragon. They try to capitalize or try to punish OnPrim when he's not nowhere near the pit. And he's forced to try to zone away, but he's the one that's zoning instead. So, great play coming in from OnPrim, despite the slight mishap going down in the top side. And overall, a pretty close game. Yeah. Nisperal finds a kill. 0-7. Decides to face check the closest brush. And that spells his doom. We'll give a kill over to Heike Savage. Every solo laner in RU Scarlet has been popping off, including the ADC. I'm still going to call Henry because I am not Chinese. But all is good. If Heike Savage will back away, get himself an alternator. It's all happy faces for the side of RU Scarlet. We just have to bunker down, not throw this lead away. Whereas on the flip side of base department, they need to find a way to get themselves back into this game. There's shutdowns on the Azir's head, shutdowns on the Lucian's head, and they've already got so much range. Henry with the rapid fire cannon pickup. Heike Savage having a naturally long range as he's gonna go in. Back massage is going down, but he can't find anything. He might be caught here. Has to use the flash. Good tidal wave to buy some time for Henry to get away. But in the end, it is a flash burned by the AD carry of RU Scarlet. This could mean that they, as in the base department, they could capitalize here. But there isn't really any good objectives to take. Baron does spawn in 5 seconds, but considering that it's still early in the game, relatively, it's gonna be hard for both of them to do anything. And very well, yeah, Lucian Azir could take over very, very soon, but right now they're base department, they're trying to take over the top side of the map, trying to kill off OnPrim. Passes slicing maelstrom, but he does trade a kill in the end. Top lane for top lane. So it is a 3 versus 3 up in the top side, where in the mid lane matchup is being carried over down into the bot lane. Heike Savage does have double buffs to work with. We'll see how this goes out. Kenny desperately trying to push this wave, give his team an advantage, but he might give his team a disadvantage as he might go down here. Titanic Hydra is there. The extra damage from the bonus HP will be enough. And right now, are you Scarlet? They're going to take over this top side of the map. Cynical, it's bursted to hell. With this 2-item Lucian combined with the extra ability haste coming in from the Lucidity boots. And there was a chance that there was a timing. There was a chance for RU Scarlet to try to get this Baron, but with the threat of 0-7 and Cynical's AoE damage, combined that with Candela's teleport, it definitely would have been a risky play despite Kenny going down. RU Scarlet are playing very safe. They don't want to make any mistakes, afford to make any risks. The basic fundamentals being shown in full display on the side of RU Scarlet. You see someone overextended, they go for kill. They see a person, but there's a chance that there's a threat. They don't go for it. But now they're very well so damn ahead that they could do whatever the hell they want. They could go for risky plays. They can get away with it. Assuming that they execute it perfectly. But now the dragon is going to be spawned. Pun Pun trying to find a kill. One mark away from getting stunned. There it is, but the grand challenge. But the riposte being dodged. But On-Prim, he's getting dangerously low. But the skirmish potential coming from Pun Pun and On-Prim will put themselves at a sliver of HP. Pun Pun, in the end, losing the HP battle, but both top winners do manage to make it out. Both of them do have teleport, just in case they want to get themselves that extra man potential, man advantage. But it looks like Henry is going up towards the top side, trying to pick up the... I don't know what he's trying to do up there. I'm gonna be honest. RU Scarlet can concede this, but Nispro, does he go for the risky play? He's looking for it. He's going. Will he get the steal off? We'll see. But no, Kenny will manage to get the steal off. But a great 3-man shockwave. But can it result in anything? Heike Savage is there to disengage On-Prim. Now making it to the fight with the teleport. And all 10 members of this game are going to get away with their lives. Kenny denies the soul, but they might deny the top side of the map. As RU Scarlet are there, but they have no wards to get any sort of vision down. They will get the Scuttle Crab. That does help in the end. Yeah, we do need to point out Henry's positioning there in the dragon play, because I'm not quite sure. He probably saw a chance to maybe get a pick onto the Fiora on the top side, but that would mean that RU Scarlet have to concede the dragon, because without that Lucian, they don't have much damage. But there is the other theory. That, I mean, there's a chance he forgot it was Soul, but there's a chance in the theory that Seraphine and Karma don't really do a whole lot of damage. So he was probably like, yeah, I can probably get a pick on the top side. Maybe you guys can figure out a team fight down in the bottom. Maybe after the dragon's taken, as I keep talking, another trade for 1-for-1 will happen in the bottom side of the map. Henry still trying to hunt for a kill, but yeah, there is a chance that Henry assumed that there was enough damage in his own team, so that if they do get themselves caught in a team fight, he could just walk over to try to find a cleanup angle. But it's very much relying on his team to survive, maybe get some extra damage in, maybe get some zoning off. But who knows? There's a lot of factors that could have played in there. It's all up to speculation. But then again, it was definitely Cloud Soul, one of the more impactful souls in the entire game, giving the entire team move speed when they use their ultimates. That's very, very good for everyone here. Combine that with Nami passive, that's gonna be freaking insane. Tidal Wave plus Lucian, culling, rocking, Wild Soul, lots of stacking movement speed buffs with Storm Razor. Oh my god, imagine a Lucian with Storm Razor. Imagine if Henry proc Storm Razor during his Puzzle. I want to see that happen so damn badly, but that's gonna. We might have to wait another 5 minutes for that. As On Prim and Pun Pun, they're gonna fight again. Riposte doesn't quite get the stun off, but the Vital, that's the all-important thing, and he will get it off. Great play coming in from Pun Pun. He did have the flash advantage, but On Prim almost was able to close out that 1 versus 1, but Pun Pun, he's a Fiora. He can definitely win these fights 1 versus 1. He's gonna keep going. We'll see though. Heike Savage is here, but does he have the riposte available? Yeah, he does have the riposte available, but we'll see what happens here. Heike Savage is being shown to the bottom side. That does mean that base department can take control of this top lane. Or, I'm sorry, the top side of the river. They will do so by getting the Scuttle Crab, clearing out the rest of the vision that RU Scarlet have been putting down Pun Pun on the wrong side of the map. And he's just buying time as Heike Savage is trying to find him. Does he realize that he's over the wall? Yes, he does, but a shove will be used. But in the end, base department can't really find a whole lot. Rapid fire cannon going to be used by Henry. Does have the Storm Racer just weave in and out of these fights, or just from dashing forward. We'll see how it goes. Back massage going to be used. Just pepper them down, just giving that pressure down. We need to see how they capitalize on this. If Heike Savage will be able to take the turret down in the bottom lane, that does mean that everyone else on RU Scarlet is able to move in towards the enemy side. Kenny going to get caught, gets knocked back, but the knockup from Kenny might be enough to disengage. The exhaust is there. And Kenny will survive, but he is quite low and will be zoned out as the dragon will be spawning in about 5 seconds. Kenny, no time to back, no more chances. He needs to heal off these Krugs. But the dragon's already being started. Can Kenny get there in time? Doesn't have a dash over the wall. Ooh, this is getting really bad for the base department. They need to look for a fight right here, right now. Kenny is here. He goes in. He gets the steal despite the low HP, and he will sacrifice his life. Again, Kenny denying the soul for RU Scarlet. But with the jungler dead, that does mean Baron will be surely going over to RU Scarlet unless some sort of miracle happens on the side of the base department. Every single member's ultimates is still waiting to be used on the base department. Shockwave available, Encore available, Mantra even available. But it's a matter of can they land these shots? Can they land the skill shots? Heike Savage goes in with the double knockup. The two important members that are remaining alive, and they are gone. Done. Dusted. And Pun Pun, trying to do what he can, will get the grand challenge off, but it does not frickin' matter. They had the ultimates. They couldn't use it. 0-7 still has the Encore available. Candela went for a shockwave, but doesn't quite get anything, no value. Nothing. And RU Scarlet are running away with this game. 19 kills to 9. A 6k gold lead in favor of them. And this very well could be over if they had gotten the soul. But right now, the lack of Colossal might be base department saving grace. But that's not saying much. They are behind in items, they are behind in gold, they are behind in objectives. It's a matter of how they can bunker down here. How can they recover? See how this all turns out though, but right now it's not looking so good for the base department. 4-0 on this Lucian. Even has the Serpents to try to deny Seraphine and Karma's shields. And Ori's. I forgot about that. That does seem like Henry going for those item valuable pickups. They're kind of like that. You do love the Serpent's Fang countering the shields coming in on the side of the base department. Crypto Bloom going to be picked up by the Azir. Heike Savage providing some extra support. combined with some extra damage. Pun Pun is doing what he can with the Hull Breaker. Hikey Savage does manage to shuffle away the safety. Pun Pun needs to do some work here before the rest of RU Scarlet do manage to go for a push. Kenny almost gets the knockup down, but doesn't quite land it. But now, Slicing Maelstrom going to be used. On-Prem going to be stunned up. No Zanya is available for him, and he's going to go down. This might cause some problems. Pun Pun's going to keep pushing. Red buff available to heal himself up even more, but that does mean the rest of RU Scarlet need to back away. The inhib goes down, and Kenny's on the chase. Visceral knocking Kenny away. Great knockback. But will it be enough? A tidal wave is there, but the Encore just barely misses. But Kenny is there. The map terrain going to do a lot of work. But Kenny, he might be going down here. Nisbril doing what he can. The Thunder Sky trying to heal him a little bit more. Kenny still alive, but the Seraphine W going to keep himself alive even more. Nisbril still alive as well. How are they staying alive? Lucian goes in. Henry might go down here. He's going to get traded. The burst is there. Piggers can't do a damn thing. He's going to go down as well. Oh my god. Now Hikey Savage is here. But why is he here? Pun Pun is there. On-Prem actually respawns. This is getting very scary on the side of RU Scarlet. The first Nexus Tower goes down. On-Prem going to get stunned up again. Trying to body block. He denied the Vital, and he does so. This is getting crazy. Already 32 minutes into the game, and everyone on base department does go down. A great play potential coming in on the side of the base department, but it does seem like it was a desperate play, and it might be all for naught as On-Prem trying to do what he can. Will trade away another Nexus Tower. Might even get a second. A Cynical trying to do what he can, but there's some damage coming in with the Imperial Mandate. On-Prem will go down, but he does open up the Nexus. Oh my goodness. Base department doing some damage right now, despite the 5k gold differential. Woo. This looked like a done game, honestly. For RU Scarlet, it looked like they were done. They were ready to move on to the next one, but now it's like base department. They're giving them a little scare, but finally they do pick it up. 10 minutes later, Cloud Soul will be on Y. We'll see if that is the deciding factor in these what might be the last team fights of game number 1. But honestly, this could be anyone's game. If base department win this team fight, they could just end through top lane. But obviously, if Scarlet wins the fight, then there's really not much they can work with. But right now, whoever wins this next team fight essentially wins the game. So we'll see how this turns out, because this still could be anyone's game. It's still that close. But it's a matter of, can Pun Pun find an opening here? But it looks like Nisbril might find one in the end himself. A great shockwave, but the Encore doesn't quite connect. On-Prem does kill off Candela. And he will be up next. Does have to flash, but Nisbril is there for the chase. Knockup is there, but the rest of the Scarlet members are just running it down mid. Pun Pun can't do a thing. Has to teleport, but there is no wave there. And game number 1 will go over to RU Scarlet. Just like that, teleport is there, but it's a little too late. And yeah, that was a freaking banger of a game number 1. Oh, don't look at that. That's an error on my end. There we go. There's the post game. Pun Pun honestly doing what he can despite his team being very behind. And yeah, On-Prem obviously has the AoE abilities, so he's inherently going to do more damage, but Pun Pun wasn't that far behind. Considering that, I mean, he did have the Ravenous Hydra, but then again, if you were watching the early stages of this game, Pun Pun and On-Prem have been swinging at each other for basically the entire game. So, it does make sense why both of them had the most damage. on their respective teams. With that, that'll be game number one. Maybe it's gonna be a little scuffed, but yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of this. We're gonna do a bit of that, but I'm just gonna put this here. This was their draft when they did their champ select. You see the blank space that was supposed to be the easier, but you guys could have probably filled in that blank on your own. I do need to update that graphic because now are you Scarlet are up 1-0. I should have probably switched this because are you Scarlet is on the red side. The base department is on the other. It does seem like the base department do want the red side now. So I'm gonna have to do the switcheroo. And with that, I will go on a short break. And with that, we will be back whenever both these teams are ready. Go at it. Oh wait, yep, there we go. I think we're back. I don't know why. I don't know why bans are there, but it really doesn't matter because this is fearless. But I think we're gonna go with it because see what happens here. We might have to get a new link here because it does seem like they wanted to pick Maokai, but they didn't realize that bans were available or online. So we we're gonna need a minute. Yep, this is the yep. We're gonna. I've been reading the chats because I got nothing else to do during downtime. So like I'm also part of the discussion. So feel free to keep yapping away. Have some biblical discussions on the current season. All right, we'll see if this is the right one. Does seem like they are using the right one. There we go. Huh. They still have bans. At this point, it doesn't matter. They just want to get their games out of the way. It is a best of 5. Keep that in mind. So when whatever we saw in game number 1, you could probably look at it in the bans. Every champion that's being banned has been there in game number 1. So makes everyone's life easier for them and us because uh this is fearless draft. So again, whatever you saw in the last game will not show up for the rest of the series, and it's pretty fun. You do see what these players can do with their own champion pools because they got the Maokai, they got the main Senna now being drafted. Could go either support or the on in the main AD carry, but either way, it's probably going to be the fasting version. If I were to assume anything, Varus Ashe also going to be picked up by RU Scarlet. The revolutionized poke lane of the Varus Ashe will be shown in full force. Senna, honestly, I feel like is a decent counter. I feel like into the Varus Ashe. I've seen it happen in the pro scene. Uh, I think in Worlds, but then again, this is a new season, new items, new terrain, so they could play a factor as to how the Senna does play out. But we'll see what happens here. As the red side, the base department did not pick a champion. I'm waiting for an update. No idea what's going on here. They are taking their sweet time. That seems like a competitive advantage. But we'll see. I did see Bard, but I have yet to know if that's actually going to be Bard or not, because I have no freaking idea. But either way, right now on paper, RE Scarlet have their decent front line there with the Maokai, and then decent backline access, or backline for the Varus and the Ashe. They do have that engage potential, they do have the pick potential with the Twisting Advance, as well as the Crystal Arrow. It's gonna be Jax, I guess. Yep, so the blank space is going to be Jax. It took him a while to figure out. So we'll see how that plays out in the end as the Ornn does get locked and loaded just for that extra front line. But I feel like are you Scarlet might need some peel here. Oh, maybe we see Corky. Corky's been quietly going up the win rate ladder. Let's that get locked in. Mikey Savage, do you dare pick the Corky in season 14? He does. Manimune plus Malignance plus whatever the hell Corky builds now, because I have no freaking idea. All I know is that he builds Malignance and his rockets do more damage, and they are on a lesser cooldown, and that's crazy. Corky kind of cooks. We'll see if he actually cooks in this game against a Victor. Oh yeah, TF has been. This is the patch where TF gets AD ratios and an auto reset on his W, and that's also very crazy. There's a chance we see that. Tim Candela, your boy, on that Victor mid lane. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for like the Zed or the Casio. That's what has been that's what he has been known for, honestly, but it does seem like it's gonna hide those picks when needed. Yep, Casio could have been okay here. Considering that Casio could deny the Ornn engage, maybe even the Corky package if timed correctly, but that's assuming the Miasma does have its use, have its angle, because it's kind of hard to get that off. Considering the range that the Scarlet members have, like they have Varus, who's gonna be far away. They have Ash and Corky. They're all just doing poke. They're just gonna be like in the back line. It's just not enough range for Casio to do really anything. So Casio could have been okay here, but it would be quite difficult come the mid to late game because he's just gonna get out damaged in the end. Honestly, but that's if like the Casio stays even or stays even, maybe even ahead or like ahead, but he stays like even to behind. If he's in that range, he is essentially screwed. He can't really do a whole lot. But in the end, it is. Oh wait. Oh yeah, it is Bard. Ah, okay. So quick update. So the blank space is Bard, but that Sivir is not Sivir. That Sivir is Jax. What? Either way, I'm gonna. That's a very strange. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. What the hell happened there? Aha, there we go. Right here. Yes, there we go. That's the picks. I don't know what they're cooking up, but they are cooking. Honestly, but I really like Scarlet's draft here, though. They have every backline champion is oriented to poke. They have their team composition well fleshed out, but looking on the side of the base department, they have maybe they do have a team fighting composition. They have a lot of AoE again with the Jax, with the Senna, with the Victor. Barty is even there to engage. Kane is also there for extra AoE. They want to go for those wombo combo team fight compositions, and they do flesh out their identity. And we'll see how that shakes up. There was some glimmers of hope in the first game where the top laner was that split pushing type champion. It almost worked, where the rest of the four members were just doing their own thing. They were like they had the AoE abilities. They had their way of doing some damage, doing some team fight presence. While the top laner does split push, they could do it again here. But this time the Jaxes can also team fight a little bit, which is a good thing. Fiora is not very good at team fighting. And we'll see how that turns out because backline access for the base department may be limited.